Hey, thanks so much for finding the video. Do us a favor. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe. And be sure to leave your comment. We love to interact. Enjoy the video. Anytime a season ends, we do the post-mortem. This is just really difficult because it's not just this season. It's also the post-mortem on the greatest era of Saints football, no question. And most likely a Hall of Fame career of Drew Brees, who not only is the greatest player to ever play for the New Orleans Saints, you could make an argument that he is the most influential sports figure in the history of the state of Louisiana. There's an argument to be made for it. And very likely what we saw Sunday night in the Dome is the last time we will ever see the Saints configured the way that they have been with Peyton and Brees at the helm for the last 15 years. Let's talk about the game itself, then sort of big picture. There was nobody last week more confident that the Saints were better than Tampa than me. If you listened to this show at all last week, you know that. And I still believe that. There's a reason the Saints beat Tampa the first two times. And the matchup still favored New Orleans yesterday. The thing, though, we talked about all week was, of course it's the NFL. And on any given Sunday, anybody can beat anybody. That's the nature of this league. But if the Saints play their game, they will win. I even nailed the score. My prediction was 30-20, and that was the final. Reversed. If I had not seen one play of the game, and I said, hey, how did Brady do? And you told me, he was 18 of 33 for $1.99. I'd have been like, good day for New Orleans. Oh, by the way, the Bucs also only ran it for 3.6 yards a carry. Yep. Saints D-line did work. Saints secondary covered. Saints did what they did offensively and scored 30 points and won the game. That's what I would have thought. You go look at that box score, man, it's a mirror when you look at the team stats. First downs, 20-20. Total plays, 69-60. Yards, 316, 294. Passing, 189, 190. Rushing, 127, 104. Saints actually had more yards per carry than Tampa did, 4.2 to 3.6. Time of possession, 31 minutes to 28 minutes. 31:30 to 28:30, actually. Penalties, 7 for Tampa, 5 for New Orleans. The most glaring line, though, of course, is the turnovers. The Saints turned the ball over 4 times, and Tampa scored 21 points off those turnovers. That is the game. It's the thing you couldn't do in this ballgame, was give them opportunities. Tampa put together 2 long drives the entire game. They put together 2 long drives in the entire football game, and both resulted in field goals. The Saints defense did exactly what the Saints defense needed to do. And the offense just gave the game to Tampa. I mean, we can start at the beginning. Force a 3 and out, you get a punt return down to the 10-yard line, you kick a field goal. That's a bummer. Defense gets another 3 and out. You return it for a touchdown. A very questionable penalty takes 7 off the board. Even with giving Tampa 2 scores off of interceptions, you go into halftime tied. You get the ball to start the second half, do exactly what you need to do, right down the field. 10 plays, 75 yards, 5-17, you're back in the lead. And then you get a stop. And you're marching again. And Jared Cook does what Jared Cook has done too much this year. Boy, that guy's had some peaks and valleys, highs and lows. He's had great moments or bad moments. It is feast or famine with that cat. And yesterday, He fumbled the ball in the most critical point of the game. I'm not absolving Drew Brees' interceptions. They were awful. But that was the moment in the game. That was it. Even with everything that had transpired already at that moment, you're up 7 with the ball in Bucs territory, prepared to make it a 2-score game. And if you do that, now that changes the entire complexion of the game because they're playing from 2 scores behind. They don't have the luxury of trying to run the ball. Now you can pin your ears back and pressure Tom Brady even more without the threat of Leonard Fournette running the football. Jared Cook's fumble was the play that in an instant changed the game. They still had opportunities afterwards, but with the lead, the ball in Bucs territory, Jared Cook's fumble was it. So the game ends, the season ends, this era of Saints football ends, and I'm impossibly conflicted, and I'm not trying to be melodramatic, and some of you are going to think that, but if we're being honest with ourselves and how we approach this, if you've spent 15 years or your entire life cheering for this team and certainly investing, you've invested so much. You've invested your time. You've invested your money. You've invested your vocal cords. You've invested your emotion. That's why you ride the waves high and low with your favorite team. I mean, if you want to take it away from sports, why would a parent cry at their child's graduation? You've invested so much into your child having that moment. You've done, you've chauffeured to and from school. You've helped with homework and school projects and all the things that go along with that. And then to see the culmination of that is emotional. So too is it with sports. And I don't think there's anything bad about that for the people who are going, what are you talking about? It's only a game. It's more than that when you invest emotionally in anything. But I am impossibly conflicted today because I have equal parts immense gratitude to have spent the last 15 years watching what we have all had the pleasure to watch. Because if you're a Saints fan predating 2006, you understand when I say many of us thought that this would have never been possible. The New Orleans Saints winning a Super Bowl and becoming, for more than a decade, one of the benchmark franchises in the National Football League. It's almost unthinkable if you could put yourself in a pre-2006 mindset. And to have watched this team win the amount of games and win the division titles and hoist the Lombardi Trophy is something that I never thought I'd ever see in my lifetime, and I'm sure many of you felt the same way. But as much gratitude and joy as all that brought, I also have this incomplete feeling, this very empty feeling because of the postseason failures. Because yes, they won that title in 2009, and that became the benchmark, and so anything short of that is viewed as a failure, and there should be more, flatly. There should have been more. And then you can throw into there as well all of the uncertainty about what the future holds for the franchise. And it's a tough day for a lot of people. I'm not being melodramatic. It's just that the Saints on Sunday lost so much more than just one game. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.